You record. Yo, Maria, welcome into
Hi,
Matchmaker. It is so good to talk to you, man.
thank you. Thank
Yo,
you.
thank you for coming in and blessing us and talking to us about fitness. I know I love fitness. I know fitness is quintessential, a super essential part of life and living. Please take it away by telling us what brought you into the world of fitness and what are you doing in the world of fitness today?
Okay. So, hi, my name is Maria Quintero. I'm a personal trainer, and my whole life I have been into sports. I have been into kickball, soccer, swimming, dancing, everything that you can imagine, I was there. I came to this country 6 years ago, started working a ton of hours per week, and I felt that because of the lack of activity, I was feeling like very depressed. So that's when I started going to the gym. And I feel way better. Then I started to study medical assistant. I started to work in clinics, and for that reason, I became a personal trainer. So I felt like sometimes doctors they don't care enough about the patient, and I wasn't able to help them directly. I was under charge of the doctors, so I started studying personal training because I was like, I need to do something that I can help and also that I'm going to really care about them, doing something that I love and help them at the same time. So I started studying personal training, and that's what I do now, and I freaking love it.
I love that you've gone out of your way to identify a problem that you were having and found a way to say, you know what? Not only am I having this problem and having this issue with communication, but other people are probably having this issue too. So, in that moment, when you came up with the idea to be like, you know what? For this reason, I'm going to get into personal training. For me, that comes off as very authentic, Maria. And the reason I'll say that that comes off as very authentic is because you didn't like come in here and say, you know, I'm in here for the showiness of fitness. I'm in here because like I'm trying to get help in X, Y, and Z, and the help is fitness, right? So actually, I got a chance to talk to Maria right before this happened, and we were kind of going back and forth about this specific topic, and we were kind of thinking, you know, when you're going through that kind of a an issue, where does that like overlap with fitness and dating, right? So what I want to say is people probably find themselves in that depressing state, and that is kind of like a problem in America for both fitness and dating, right? That depressive state, getting out of that depressive state, like you're not moving, right? And that's causing you to your interpersonal world to start showing the reflections of your reality around you. So if you're depressed, Maria, where do you think the depression and fitness tie in together? What's going on? And does that have to do with like movement or what do you think?
So fitness and depression are super linked together. So, well, when we're training, we're releasing endorphins. So endorphins is the hormone of happiness. So if you are in a depression state and you help that depression state with physical activity, even though you are depressed, your brain is releasing endorphins that is going to make you feel better. So the when we are very depressed, we don't want to do anything. And this is normal that it happens. It's literally you're sick. When you have a really bad fever, what do? You just stay in bed and you don't want to move, you don't want to do anything. It's the same with depression. Depression is an illness, right? But I will combine physical activities with mental health 100%. 100%. Not everyone has the strength to fight that illness and say, okay, I'm going to stand up and go into the gym. So for that reason, I will combine it a little bit with mental health support, but getting moving, getting the circulation, move around, releasing those endorphins, that's going to make you feel super, super better.
So let's talk about while we're talking about endorphins, I'd like the chemical level, right? Endorphins being the chemical that create happiness, which is the exact opposite of depression. So therefore, moving your body and creating the endorphins literally takes you from a depressive state into a more happy state or a more positive vibe, right? while we're there, before we get into like, the outward, like from the inward world onto the outward world, all the way up into like God, right?
Mhm.
Let's talk about, and I'll give you my experience as a guy. Let's talk about macronutrition and micronutrition, right? So as a dude, the first thing that you're thinking about is probably grabbing like protein powder. You
Mhm.
probably aren't thinking about modifying your meals too much. So, okay, you're gonna stay with the food that you have and you're gonna drink protein powder, but you're not necessarily trained to think about height, weight, activity level. You're not thinking about these things, right? So, how disconnected are we from the average person understanding how important macro and micronutrition is, and what is macro and micronutrition?
Okay. So I will explain it in a simple way. So macronutrients, it's mostly how you look. Micronutrients, how you feel, and your energy levels, etc. So the macronutrients are protein, carbs, and fats. So everyone needs some fats. Sometimes we forget about them. Our thyroid, that is the one that produces hormones, they produces hormones thanks to the fat as well. So we need to consume a healthy amount of fat. Try to make it healthy fats as well. In regards of the proteins and the carbs, so usually proteins, if you already work out, I will always suggest 1 gram of protein per pound of weight. If you're like in a if you're very, very heavy and you want to bring that weight down, I would suggest to do slightly cut a little bit of protein because you have to do it as a weight goal, right? So if you're weighing 280 pounds, you're not going to consume 280 grams of protein. That would be insane. And if you do it, give me your tip because sometimes it's very tough to get to your protein, but I would do it in that way, like in a weight goal. So if your weight is 280, 250 pounds, try to do okay, I want to get to 200. Okay, perfect. So it's 200 grams of protein. In regards of the carbs, it mostly depends of what is your weight and what is your goal. So if you're looking to bulk, right, I will kind of duplicate and half of that duplication of the protein for the carbs. And if you want to cut, I will just duplicate the carbs because the carbs gives you energy and you need the energy to go work out and you need to have to store energy for you to use through the day. So in the macronutrients, I feel like here in the United States, that's something that we lacked a lot. No one likes to eat greens in these days, and that's very sad. But macronutrients are super important as well. Sometimes when we're just focused about the macros, we forget about the micronutrients and we feel bad. I was gonna say we feel bad.
It's okay, you're fine
We
here.
feel kind of sick. No, the thing is like sometimes they tell me that I curse too much, so I'm trying to kind of,
Like cut back.
you know, when you work out, it's like you have a beast on you, and sometimes I just curse too much when I'm talking.
Okay,
But
okay. Like,
micronutrients are extremely important, and I would say like if for you it's very difficult to get to your micronutrients. Nowadays, you have green juices, green juices that they are literally the vitamins and the nutrients of the micronutrients that you can eat. And if you don't like greens, at least just 1 cup of greens that will help you out a lot.
so like when, because you actually have hands-on experience with men and women in America, what would you say is like men's number one issue and women's number one issue when they come into your like services and they're looking to change their life? What is the issue most people are looking to overcome?
So for females, number one, relationship with food. I feel like majority of the females that sometimes get in touch to me, they don't eat anything through the day and because they want to lose weight and then at night they have like a binge just because they feel so hungry and they just go for whatever is in the kitchen. That's very common for females, or sometimes they just literally don't eat anything through the days and days and days. Um, and for males, I think that for males it's more like they eat more processed food than females. So they go for the easy. Like usually men are it's like too easy. I need something right now, something to go, something easy, fast, boom, right? Because usually men's they're always on the go. They're always trying to find the easy way to fill up of the stomach and that's it. So in reality, I have noticed that some males have healthier habits in regards of meals than females just because they eat more because they are hungrier. And even though they eat more processed, they eat more consistently than females. And so it will be like just little tricks around the meals so they can eat healthier. But for females, it's like a very more deep emotionally level.
That is so interesting to see because, as you can imagine, for both of the things that we're doing, right? The further I get into like understanding what women want in men and what men want in women, to see that from the fitness perspective is like it's interesting because the girls not eating and then going to the fridge at night because they're a human being and they need to eat, right? It's almost as if to say their psychology seems to be a little bit more emotional towards being beautiful, right? So it's very feeling based, very like eating your feelings kind of thing, or not eating your feelings kind of thing. And then dudes are just more out in the open, but it looks like women require a little bit more affirmation about where they are in the world, and then men would need a little bit more planning. Is that like fair to say?
Yeah, no, and also females requires planning too. So because I feel like and it have worked for my clients, also worked for myself. When a female has a plan, it's not like I'm not gonna eat this because it's too much fat. It's like, okay, I have meal one, meal two, meal three. Perfect. That's it. That's what I have to eat. Um, but the problem with females is like, so now coming back to science, whenever you're starving yourself, you're releasing a cortisol, the cortisol hormone that is in your body. That is the stress hormone. Because why? Your body is hungry, your body is starving, and no one is chill when you're starving. No, even your nervous system is chilling. Your nervous system is like, I need energy. I don't have energy. Where do I have to take this energy? So when your cortisol levels are so high, it gets to a point that you start storing fat. And that's when you will see like those skinny fat people.
Right.
And what is going to use your body as energy, the most expensive energy source that you have in your body, which one it is?
Carbohydrates would break down into fat from not eating.
But they are not eating.
They're not eating, so they just when they do eat, the food turns to fat kind of thing too fast.
No. So
Tell me.
if they're not eating and they are in this starving mode, the body is going to need energy. So what it's going to do, the most expensive energy that the body has is a muscle.
Oh, so it's gonna start attacking the muscle source is what you're saying. You're gonna start eating your own muscles when you're not eating. Oh,
Exactly. So you start eating your own muscles and then you start gaining fat. And that's why you see like females that they don't eat enough. They're like, well, I don't know, I don't understand. I'm a little bit fluffy. What's going on? I'm not eating to to look fluffy. Yes, because you're eating your own muscles.
that sounds so torturous, Maria. Because this is again, this is not a objectively the human female body going through that. It sounds like a type of torture. Literally, it sounds like a mental state in which you're so stressed out about how you look that you end up being a self-fulfilling prophecy and you end up eating how you look, right? Like that's
Yes.
just insane.
Yes. And honestly,
When it
me
happens,
as a female, that's the reason why that I also have a coach. Because even though me knowing what my body needs, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, I look a little fluffy today. And if I don't have a plan, I will eat towards how I look that day.
hmm
And
so
that's why, like,
like
even
emotionally,
sometimes coaches need coaches because
right,
even though you have the knowledge, sometimes you go towards what is emotionally secure, kind of.
right. Because it's like at the end of the day, you have all this structure, but you fall into being like a human being. Like, okay,
Yes, I'm a human. I'm a human. Yeah.
yeah,
For And for males, it's a little bit more easier because males just want something on the go. So usually when I do with males, it's like I look at, I calculate the macros and then I send them over some options of meal prep companies, and that's literally solves all their problems. It's on the go, it's easy, they have the meal right there, it's healthy, fill up the macros, and that's it.
Yeah.
So, you have to also understand what is the reason why your client is eating the way that is eating and solve the problem.
Yeah.
So if it's because they don't have time to cook and they just want something on the go, okay, meal prep company. Here are the macros that you have to follow. Here, boom. If it's emotionally, um, give some support, be there, give a plan so they can follow, so they don't, if they fall into the plan, be supportive and help them through that. So it's understanding mostly like the client and what they need.
That even if we talk about the relationship side of things, it sounds like if you are in a relationship with a girl, you should definitely be reaffirming to like the structure of her security when she's in the fitness process. One thing I'd like to ask you while we're on that topic, right? What is the average macronutrients? I guess it's more of a fun fact, right? What is the average macros for a female? What is the average macros for a male?
I have no idea.
Doesn't work like
I
that?
have no idea. I have no idea, but my guesses will be like for females, way lower than they need, and for males, there, probably slightly higher than they need because males they used to eat more than they need sometimes.
What if I asked you like this? What if I said, what do you think the average person's caloric intake should be? Does the height too much of a difference? Like if the average chick is 5'7" and the average dude is 6 foot, right? I'm
Mhm.
gonna guess like a dude should be eating an average of 2,300, a female should be eating an average of 1,600, 1,700, somewhere in there? Or is there
For
just
the
too many
girls,
variables?
1700 maintenance, 5'7" is like borderline low, depending of their activity levels, right? If it's an active person, it's borderline low, but it's around that. That's perfect calculation. And for males, what was the height?
The average man is 6 foot.
6 foot. For maintenance, I would say like 27, 28, around that, if they are active.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
That is good to know because like in general, most people don't know these numbers, right? Like I've like when I was in college, I actually got a chance to date some people, some beautiful women that were in the fitness industry, right? So
Mhm.
one of the things that was cool about that is that when you're hanging out with these kind of people, they'll go to the grocery store and they'll read the back of the bottles on everything. This nutrition fact on every last single piece of food. It doesn't matter what it is. That's just like the culture.
Yeah.
So most people don't know that when they go shopping, they should be eating. It's a discipline. They should be keeping track of this mathematical amount of calories that they take in the same way you should probably be in tune with the discipline of money or in the discipline of fitness in the way that we're talking about it. And of course, like your other endeavors in life, health, wealth, love, and happiness. But while we're talking about that stuff, right? I would love to literally know more about the brand that you're wearing on your shirt right now. Tell us
Of
all
course.
about it. What is going on in this awesome piece of
Of
merchandise?
course. So this is Mandarin Quintero Confident Reflection. That's my online training program. And why confident reflection? I kind of was breaking my head thinking about a name that will reflect what I want to say. So, confident reflection, it means that I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and feel confident of what you see.
Yeah.
I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and love what you see. I want you to see the reflection in the mirror and feel proud about yourself. So that's where the name came from. And that's what I'm helping my clients to. It's not just physical, it's also healing a little bit the inside too.
So does reflection mean how you look in the mirror, or does reflection mean how deeply you've been reflecting on your interpersonal growth? Or is it both?
I mean, I can say both. I can say both. I try to reflect
Nice.
um myself actually, like just the real me. You
Yeah.
know, you will see like sometimes I'm doing posts and well, the post that you commented, I just have like two little things in here just because me, right? Or me flexing and be like, "Ee," that's me. So I really like reflecting myself towards
You
other
talked
people.
about like competitions and stuff, right? I wanted to talk to you about the relationship that probably most people have between fitness and dating, right? You can use yourself for like examples that you have from like people you've like taken on, right?
Hmm.
We'll start with you first, right? What was your relationship like with fitness and dating? Was there ever a correlation between like you broke up with somebody and then went to the gym? Like stereotypically, like, yo, after this heartbreak, I need to go work out kind of thing? Ever had anything like that, or what was your story like?
So it never happened like that. I was like just going to the gym because just wanted to feel better. But while I was going to the gym and introducing myself to all this fitness, I just wanted to date someone that it was fitness, into fitness. So I date my ex. He was a bodybuilder as well when I was bulking for my bodybuilding competition. And it's amazing to have a support that someone that understands your process or someone that understands your priorities. Because if you're dating with someone that probably is not into the gym, you're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm going to the gym." No, why are you gonna stay watch a movie? No, your priority is the gym. So yes, so when I started going to the gym like religiously, I just wanted to date someone that was on the gym, and that way I can feel understood, you
Right.
know?
Feel like they understand at least the process. See, that kind of sounds like you as an individual put above and beyond priority on your fitness life. Like it's your work.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. If someone tells me or the gym, bye. Mhm. No, there is no you.
Yo, I love it. Sorry, you're out. You don't do fitness. Being around you is a bad habit. I'm sorry. Your
Yes.
habit I don't want to be involved with, man. Yo, that is hilarious. So like, okay, what in general are you like seeing between people's relationship with fitness and dating? Is there anyone else like yours is pretty interesting. You're dating people in the fitness industry, that makes sense. Same priorities, right? It's almost like two
Yeah.
worlds chasing the same idea. Smart, right? Have you seen that stereotypical thing happen where people are breaking up and then they turn to fitness? Or is it more like they're obese and turn to fitness? Or why are people seeking you?
So because of my background, I also had eating disorders. Because of my background, usually people come with me because of their relationship with food, right? Because I post about my before and after, or I post when I was overeating, when I was undereating, so they can relate with me. And they also reach out to me because of that reason, because they don't feel like they have a good relationship with food, or they overtrain, or they undertrain completely. But I definitely have noticed that when a person breaks up with the other one, they are like, I'm just going to go to the gym, look jack or look freaking shredded, and he will feel bad for leaving me or something like that. I am happy that that happens. You know, you can transform those thoughts in something worse. You can transform those thoughts and just be in bed depressed or overeating. And no, like as long as you are having those thoughts of I'm going to go to the gym and he's going to feel bad about leaving me or something, I'm happy. But that's something normal that I notice that happening haven't happened to me. But I feel like it's kind of they want to show their value
Hmm.
and they know to improve their value, they have to be healthier.
I see. So you actually do come to like a realization I need to improve my overall value as a human being.
Yes.
So I will take a moment to kind of recognize the first thing you said, having the eating disorder. Now, as a dude, I never think about this stuff because I'm just like a normal guy, right? Like it just, I never had
What are
this
you
issue.
trying to say with normal guy?
Like the guys that you would say they kind of want like stuff on the go kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So I am doing this marketing, social media marketing thing, and one of the clients I have is a fitness lady. And when she
Mm-hmm.
was younger, she had bulimia. So I help her push her book and her brand. And when I was doing that work for her, dude, the amount of people that are going through that issue is insane. I know it's a very dark place to be. It's almost like a dark evil thing. How did you overcome that? And how not only overcome it, but like you're overcoming a huge obstacle. I now realize in doing that book, not only a huge obstacle, but like you kind of coming off this huge obstacle and then flying into competitions, you know?
Well,
How did you accomplish that?
something something that I always say is I had anorexia, so I wasn't eating at all. Um, that kind of yeah, anorexia is kind of like or bulimia, also never leaves you.
Hmm.
It's weird to say, but it never leaves you. It's the one you are the one who has a control over it. I still see food and I see like, I might gain some weight with this, or this is this amount of calories. Oh my God, the sugar. Oh wow, you know. But I overcome this number one with therapy, number two with family and friend support that they were the ones that pushed me, and the gym and the gym. So
Hmm.
when I started going to the gym and doing my crazy stuff in YouTube, like from YouTube videos, I realized I wasn't getting none results. And I was like, why? Why am I not getting no results? Like I'm watching this dude that is all shredded and I'm following whatever plan it is, why I'm not looking the same way. So I started doing my own researches about nutrition in regards on sports. And I realized I'm not eating shit. Um, how my muscles are going to grow. If I want to look toned, I need to grow my muscles. But if my muscles are not getting food, how I'm going to look toned, right? So I started kind of experimenting with myself. Okay, let's eat a little bit of this, let's eat a little bit of that. And that with the combination of the gym transformed my body. And that's when I was able to say, okay, even though it was a struggle, because it's always going to be a struggle, the gym helped me a lot to understand more the educational part or the science part behind how you look and what you eat.
Hmm.
And in the competition, so this is a funny thing, and probably is not very nice to say, but because of my anorexia in the past, I feel like the preparation for the competition was easier. Why? Because I was extremely strict with my dieting when I was anorexic, that I kind of built that discipline on the nutritional aspect for the competition.
Yo, that is so
Or that's
crazy.
the way that I see it. I try
That
to transform everything to a positive way.
yo, that is literally like a miracle. Literally, because like the dark thing of what that is, bulimia or anorexia, those things are so dark that to have the ability to turn that into something good, Maria, that's insane.
But if you think about it, I was literally eating one can of tuna per day. That was all my meals when I was anorexic. One can of tuna. And what I was feeling hungry, but I was still, Maria, you just can't eat one can of tuna. That's it. And the next day, okay, I just can eat one can of tuna. So if you think about bodybuilding, bodybuilding is not a healthy sport mentally or physically. But if you think about it, you have a meal plan through the day. And you have meal one, this amount, and this amount. Meal two, this amount, and this amount. So it's literally what I was doing in that moment, of course, in a more more meals aspect, but it was everything measured, it was everything super strict. So it's the same kind of um dynamic
Right.
in the bodybuilding. So I try to think about that, like my past me prepare me for this.
That is a beautiful story, Maria. I couldn't even write this as a beautiful movie, man. This is a good book because, you know, if what I'm hearing is like there is, let's say, some sort of psychological connection to a woman that has anorexia and probably her immediate beauty, or maybe her immediate version of securities versus
Hmm.
insecurities. And she believes that she's having an instant reward to the food type of relationship. But like, if that is the case, right? If it's a psychological thing, the mental battle that you've gone through, and trust me, I know bodybuilders to know the mental battles would have
Yes.
been so transformative that you are a different person. Like you're literally not even the same chick. That Maria and this Maria are two different girls going through the same timeline kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that is all kinds of beautiful, Maria. Like even before I didn't even know that we were gonna go that like remarkable. That's insane. You probably should talk about this part of your story a lot more often, you know? Because that me knowing what I know now based on that book, that doesn't turn out that beautifully. That story, it doesn't turn out like that, you know? So let's talk about
Yeah.
some of your competitions, right? Did you have to be like water depleted and all that? How was that?
Yes. Oh my God. So number one, I was drinking 6 liters of water every single day for like 4 months. And from one day to another, no water at all. And I was like, so it was like a tiny little bit of water, like a tiny little bit. And it was like, "Mm." um, yes, it's insane. It's insane. But, and then also you drink a cup of wine the day before the show because the alcohol dehydrates you. And I haven't drank alcohol for like 2 years, 2 years and a half. So I literally drank that cup and I was like, I was
Yo,
done.
like I'm in an improvement type of like work line of work, right? So I'm always trying to help people improve. Like hearing you go through this, it literally reminds me of the Avengers. Like you're literally an Avenger, dude. Like, because to think about having an eating disorder, now knowing what I know, and then to go into water depletion, you're putting your your mental strength is in out of this world, Maria. Because this was your story. You didn't like go from like a healthy, normal life to like, okay, I'm gonna go and test myself. You went from the in like on a number line into the negative numbers, then the positive numbers, then like a monumental accomplishment. Yo,
Thank
okay, so
you.
you're on stage, you're water depleted. If people don't know this, posing literally makes you tired and sweaty, right? Literally like
Oh, yes.
flexing makes you tired and sweaty. Tell us about that.
Yes.
And the
So the
lights.
thing is like for males, oh my God, I was looking at the like in the backstage, the males were sweating their tan. So the thing is like with the males they had to pose like very, very, very hard, or like females that they do physique that they show kind of the back and all that.
Hmm.
For us it's like kind of push the hips, open the lats, um show a little bit of shoulder. We don't have to flex so much. It's more about like kind of flexibility on the lower back, or also like symmetry on the body. Make sure that your shoulder one is not like so up and the other one is like here. But the males, oh my God, they finished sweating, draining on the tan. Disgusting.
Oh, okay. So let's talk a little bit about the human body anatomy, the things that you were researching before you get on this stage. You looked up deltoids, you looked up abs, you know all the different muscles, right? What muscles was Maria training for this event? What were they?
Squats. So the thing
Legs,
is like I
legs all day.
competed legs, oh yeah, legs 5 days a week, almost 4 days a week.
Okay, okay.
in one full upper body. So the thing is like something beautiful about bodybuilding is like you kind of go towards what category fits your genetics to grow, right? So bikinis are very slim, very symmetry, arms kind of goes along with the legs, very small waist. Now we have wellness, that's the one that I competed, that is like the legs are bigger than the arms. So you will see asymmetry on the body. So because of that, I was training mostly legs and quads. I love training quads. Oh my God. Yes, that's
That's a
my
real
thing.
fitness fanatic there. When it's like a leg day person and you're concentrated on the teardrop look of your quads, you're a real fitness bodybuilder fanatic for real. And that's something I love, man. Yo, literally. So you're out here, right? Did you ever have days where you're literally just like being a normal person and you're walking and it's just too much? Like you're just in so much pain you can't go down the stairs kind of thing?
Yes and no. So the thing is like the body gets used to workout and your recovery improves, right? Now, at the end of my prep, my body was so depleted on nutrients, on macros, on water. No, no water at the end, and well, water at the end, but I'm talking before the water. Um, that I was starting to feel a more sore. It's just because my recovery level was trash.
Mhm.
And that's when I started to feel a little bit in pain. But I'm always like, right now that I'm in kind of improvement season, that is kind of the bulk. Yeah, I'm in pain. I'm going hard to the gym, like beast mode on. Yeah.
So, okay, you're in the competition. You finally built up your legs. You've gone through extreme tragedy mentally, right? Like that whole thing. Then you overcame it. Then you started being super consistent to the point where people want to like even be coached by you. What was it like the first time that you had that spray tan put on for the competition? Like when you're first seeing the spray tan and then you like take a real reflection of what you accomplished.
It's insane, bro. Like after you put the tan, your body, well, number one, you look like an ugly orange, but the lines, everything looks so freaking good. And then on top of that, when they put the oil, that thing is insane. That thing is insane. I remember that, like you look at yourself. So if you look at yourself like this, you're not going to notice so much thing. And of course, in the backstage, in my first show, they didn't have mirrors. So they put the oil, yada yada yada. I went to the stage, and then the photographer showed me the shots, and I was like, "What? No, it looks insane. The tan, it looks freaking insane."
In that moment, what were you most proud of that you had worked on? And also in that moment, after you did it, what do you know that you want to improve on most?
So, wow. So, in my first show, I kind of was with the mentality of number one, right? I didn't got number one. I got number two and number three in open.
Okay.
And I was like, you, you suck. Like I was talking so bad to myself. I was like, you suck. You don't even deserve to eat a free meal. You have to go
What
better to the next show. I was like talking horrible to myself.
kind
I
of
was
coach are you?
crying. I was crying. I was like, fuck. And when I went to the Airbnb, there was like my whole family wearing a shirt, my friends that my friend that came in from LA to here, another friend that came in from Tampa, and I was like, fuck, I'm a fucking winner, you know? Who can say that they have their whole family on a show and friends that fly over just to support another friend? Who
That
can say that?
man, getting people involved in your passion, this is monumental success.
Yes, that's being a winner, you know? So I was like, whatever I struggle with in the whole competition is worth it just because they're here.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, no, you're more of a hero, Maria, in my personal like hearing of this story, because to for anyone to go through anything negative and turn it into a business is monumental. But like you've gone through every trope, you've gone through every probable. I mean, other than like getting heartbroken and shot, that's pretty hardcore shit to like overcome again an eating disorder and then turn it into a business where people are literally revering you for what you've accomplished. You know what I mean? I mean, God, when did you first start like realizing in your fitness journey that you were like getting strong? When did you know like, yo, I'm definitely above the average woman now? Like,
When my bench press was 40 pounds,
yeah,
like 40 pounds
like the
dumbbells.
bar, like the
No, with dumbbells, 45.
yes, yes,
I
yes.
mean, I know for male that's all right, right? But I was also a trainer in that moment, but I was like starting and I was looking at my clients struggling with 15 pounds. And I was like, oh shit, okay, I'm strong, I guess,
No, that
you
is
know?
badass. That is super badass. You're saying two 45-pound dumbbells on each side, just doing
Yeah,
your best like it is just nothing. That's insane, Maria. That's
yeah.
insane. Then let's ask you like a quick little like, day in the life of Maria thing, right? What is one of your
Hmm.
like favorite go-to workouts in the gym? Like this workout is like the one that you're doing, like it's gonna hit that muscle that's gonna make you believe that you look good for your personal fitness physique. What's like your go-to right now?
Like a workout training.
Yeah.
So leg extension, hit those quads, number one. So you always want to do some compounding movements, that is, movements that you're going to use a lot of muscles, and then some isolated movements. The isolated movements are the ones that are targeting specifically a certain muscle. So you're always going to use other type of muscles, but this one in specific is a little bit more targeting. So number one, legs extensions because we love Quadzilla. Then then squats. So I like to do free barbell squats, booty to the ground, no half rep, booty to the ground. If you struggle a little bit with balance, Smith machines is not a bad idea. This one I hated, but I know how good it is. It is Bulgarians. If you love Bulgarians, you're a psychopath.
What is a
Do you know
Hungarian?
Bulgarians?
Tell me.
Bulgarians are the one that you put one feet up and the other feet down, and you go
Uh-huh.
like kind of like a lunge. You know what I'm saying? Like here,
Like you're lunging with
right?
the
One feet
the
up,
uh-huh.
and you go like this.
Oh, okay, okay, like backwards lunges.
No, Bulgarian. So the
Like you're
the
standing
feet
on
that
a
you have
thing.
behind you, the feet that you have behind you is on the bench, like this.
Mm-hmm. So it's like
So
one leg is on the
those,
bench, and then you're going down.
yes.
Yo, okay,
Have you
so
done
you're a
those?
badass motherfucker with the leg workouts, man.
Oh my God, I love training legs. I love training legs until my legs cannot do more. That's a
Okay,
goal.
let me ask you this. Because we're talking about interpersonal reflection, relationships, macronutrition, all these things, right? How important is the core for
Super
workouts?
important. Super important. Um, because if you think about it, core is the one that gives you a stability, right? Core is the one that if you're carrying two bags, one is heavier than the other one, you don't do this. That's core. This balance, that's core. There is a ton of exercises for core that is like, for example, planks, farmer's carries. And if you want to really improve your workout training, you have to train the core. Because if your core is not strong enough, you're going to limit yourself, for example, to squats. Because the squats, you need to have a core tight, you need to have your core strong so the bar doesn't go, right? So
Right,
imagine if you don't have a strong core, you're going to limit the load that you're going to have on the legs because you have to put lower weight
right. So, how often should a person be engaging or squeezing the core when they're exercising?
all the time.
Right,
Any exercise. You're doing leg extension, you're bringing the legs up by exhaling, you're contracting the core.
right.
You're doing squats, right? And I kind of explain the squats like you're going to go underwater. You breathe in, hold it, and when you're going up, so when you're going up, you contract the core. If you're doing bench press, it's the same. You're bringing the weights to you, so you're going to breathe in, and where you're when you're bringing out the weights, and when you're doing this, you are engaging the core to maintain the stability with the dumbbells. Because sometimes happens that we're not engaging the core, and you will see like people going side to side, and that's why it's so important to know how to breathe, to know how to engage your core.
Literally, right? So you have gone from a place, if we think about from the beginning of this, right, where you were trying to talk to doctors, you were like, listen, I need help with certain problems. I need help with XYZ. The doctors aren't listening to you. But now this is beyond empathy. You come to a place where you're able to like have actual clients. What has that process been like from not getting any help to literally be able to give that help to other people? Is it fulfilling?
Oh, 100%, 100%. It is amazing. For example, yesterday was Thanksgiving, right? So I was texting my clients, hey, remember today. Well, number one, being thankful about having them. I send them a message saying thank you for being in my life. Me as a coach, I'm thankful for them. And then saying like, if you need any help today in regards of your meals, please let me know. I'm here to help you out, right? And they're like, no, all good, all good. Today, I was like asking them, how was your dinner yesterday? And they were like, it was amazing. I ate my meals. I had a little turkey, I had a little bit this, and I just had one plate and I feel amazing. I enjoy time with my family. Some other one, she texts me like, I ate great. I just know also those moments are also more important than just keeping everything perfect in track. And you know how fulfilled as it's from someone that had anorexia?
Right.
Seeing your clients having a super healthy relationship with food, it's freaking amazing. It's freaking phenomenal. I have my one of my guy clients, he sent me a message, dude, today chest workout have a huge pump. And then he sent me like just a funny picture, be like, something like that. Um, you know how fulfilled is it? Like it's something so stupid, but I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy that he looks at himself in the mirror and he's like, fuck, I look fucking jack, you know?
Yes, this is the part that makes you a hero, man, because you're helping other people. You know what I mean? You came from that dark place and you're able to put joy into people's lives, not misery and pain, like kind of like the doctors were doing by like neglect almost, you know?
Yeah.
So, now I get to ask you a matchmaker type of question, You've got this business that you've built up, you've turned it into a successful brand that you're wearing. You've got real stories, you've got real accomplishments under your belt. What does a relationship look like for you, someone in the fitness industry that is probably going to enhance your qualities?
Right now, non-existent. So I I say that I'm taken by my clients right now. I'm taken by my business. I'm taken by my gym, by my own growth, my own health, my family. I'm taken by that. And I feel like for me, for example, right now is not the moment to have a relationship. I want to build myself up and see how far I can go,
Mhm.
right? And I know that relationships healthy relationships are also not distraction, but I literally don't have time. Like I live with my family and they call me roommate. So
Because you're
I cannot I
grinding,
can
grinding, grinding.
no, because I'm always outside. I'm always doing something outside. I'm always with clients. I'm always working. I'm always like going around. So it's like if I put myself in that perspective, I'm like for me I'm going to have to sacrifice those things that are my priority right now to be with someone. And right now I'm not on the mindset to have it, to do it, you know? I don't know
Fair
if that
enough.
makes sense, but yeah.
Makes sense. And this question is like a little bit more of an idealistic scenario, right? Because like we live in a world where there's so many dating podcasts. I've been on Fresh and Fit. You've been on Fresh and Fit, right?
Yeah.
We live in a world where they're always talking about like dating and what it looks like, right? So the question now is really like looking at yourself as someone in the world of dating and fitness, right? Or is someone in the world of fitness who's currently working. What what would a perfect scenario look like for you if it could come in? Does and what that means is like, would you and I've talked to some bodybuilders that like prefer that are actually girls like yourself, right? I've talked to girls and they prefer dudes outside of the fitness industry, right? It's just not a match for them to have a dude in the fitness industry, but you had a guy that was in the fitness industry, right? Some people just want like different things for different reasons. The person that didn't want the person in fitness is because they felt like they knew the fitness industry too much and they didn't want it anymore. They just wanted like peace outside of it. But then for you, would what does your if you were to have a masculine counterpart, would you want someone that is able to help you with business, or would you want him to be so in his own thing that you kind of like merge into his thing because you're very attached to your clients, right? Is there anything that would suffice?
It would be someone that kind of had the same mindset than me and kind of had their own business, same as me, or they are a personal trainer, right? Because I will love, for example, if I'm chatting with my clients, hey, how you doing? Da, 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 and he's like, oh, she's looking great, but like the shoulders need like this and that, like some support, like will be amazing, and someone that also eats similar than me because I still eat my chicken and rice, my oats and protein. Um, that's mostly it what I eat.
Yeah, I know what I would
So,
want as well. Like, I would want that the person that is in a relationship with you to always be like reaffirming to your mental psychology based on the things that we talked about. Someone that's able to say like, look, I hear that you're maybe not feeling so strong in this particular area, but I'm going to give strength to you, right? So for example, you say like a coach needs a coach, but in a relationship, your counterpart might actually take on that place, where it's like he's so reaffirming to your mental psychology that you're able to be like, you know what? He does believe I'm beautiful, and that's good enough for me. Versus
hmm.
like versus like the thing is like, I don't believe I'm beautiful. I have an eating disorder, you know?
So in the mental aspect, I feel like right now I'm so strong mentally that I wouldn't need like those affirmations because literally sometimes I receive DMs like some crazy stuff and I'm like, I don't give a shit, you know?
Okay, okay.
Literally, that's my reaction. I don't give a shit.
Inquiries, like dudes are like in there, they're like, hey, I'd like to date you, but you're like,
So
not right
so no,
now.
so for me it's like I wouldn't need someone to be so affirmant with me. I would be someone to be like hard on me.
Hmm.
Like the same way that you say a coach needs a coach and see I need someone like to be like, hey, on your shit, let's go, you know?
Okay.
Um
Kind of like the hard talk that you'll almost give yourself before the competitions. Like that ruthlessness.
no, more like more like I know that you're feeling lazy right now, but remember that you have this, you know?
Hmm. Hmm.
Someone that is like it doesn't approve laziness on me, or I don't know how to explain it. It's just like someone that is on the go like me.
I got you. So has like a sharpness to it, right? A sharp mentality. So like even
Yeah.
though you are an entrepreneurial woman, if you get into a moment of laziness, he's gotta be like, hey, hey, back to work, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Get
Hey,
in
like
there.
sometimes I wake up, so sometimes I'm at night just like texting or doing something, and I'm like, okay, all right, Maria, also you need to sleep. So I go to sleep and my alarm sounds at 6 a.m. and I'm like, I don't have to go to the gym until 9, but I have to wake up right now. I have to, and so I go to the gym. I go to the gym that I have in the condominium. I do some cardio, then I come back. I keep texting clients. I plan what I'm going to post today. Okay, this and that. And I didn't need to do that at that time, but it's just because I just wake up, so I need to do it, you know? So I cannot be with someone that wakes up at 12 in the midday.
Boom. So like
I can't.
let's say for you, right? A relationship should make your life better. It should be that a person in your life adds to your life. So in terms of health, wealth, love, and happiness, and the reason I keep saying health, wealth, love, and happiness is in a book that I wrote, Health, Wealth, Love, and Happiness. These are like things that you want to have in your life on a daily basis. What would you want this person to probably most improve on for you as a fitness coach? Someone in the world of fitness out here in Florida, you know? Is it that you want the person to come in and help you like grow your business and scale it? Or is it like someone who helps you push yourself in fitness? Or is it someone that helps feel like more in like adept in the world of love and happiness? What enhances you?
I feel like we'll be like more in the educational, you know, because educational covers all of that.
Hmm.
So someone with, of course, um, a background experience or someone that we can share knowledge with, I freaking love that. I freaking love that. I freaking like, I work in a gym and I work with people that they are 40, 50 years old, that they are trainers. And I love just sitting there and hear their conversation talking about why this exercise is better than the other one, you know? So I would love to be with someone that we can share those knowledge and learn from each other to improve in our own way.
I love that too, man. Because like if I'm getting into a relationship, giving knowledge to a woman is super romantic, you know, like teaching her, helping her learn things. What
Yes.
what is the kind of knowledge that would make you feel like that's what you're getting? Is it like intermolecular knowledge about the body's mechanics? Is it anatomy? Or is it like how the world works in general? Like kind of
A little bit of everything,
nice.
honestly. Like,
Yeah.
of course, in regards of fitness, training, muscles, anatomy, chemicals, all of it, but also internally. So it's kind of the same. I would love to have the same, someone that has the same mentality as me, that it's not just books and what the book says and everything is also about what is inside, you know? So I would love to be with someone that can push those thoughts higher and learn more from those thoughts, like internal growth. I love that, like half of my books are about internal growth. Um, and also my career, that is personal training. So those two are for me the most important ones.
Literally. So in your timeline, right? Would you say Maria is absolutely going to get married, or Maria is kind of just open to seeing how it's going to go?
Maria is going to be the Jack aunt.
The jacked aunt, the mom
Yes.
aunt who comes into the party like, "Yo, I'm looking
Yes.
wonderful, baby."
Yes. I'm not sure about having child. I'm not sure about getting married. I just know that I'm going to be Jack.
So
Yes.
on the fun
More
side
jacked.
of life, right? Let's talk about cool things that are coming up, right? Like Art Basel, Europa. Have you ever been to Europa? Have you ever heard of any of these like competitions? Europa, Mr. Olympia, all these things.
Or is the Mr. Olympia? I don't know what is Europa.
Okay, so when I was in Orlando, right, they'll take the convention center and they'll
Mhm.
call it Europa. Europa is a fitness event, right? So I'm basically
Mm.
asking if you ever got a chance to go to any of these fitness convention events, because at fitness events, what happens is like you'll walk around with like your backpack because they'll give out so many free samples of stuff. You'll be like, yo, I need to put like all these free samples in these like merchandise bags that you're giving out. But fitness brands come out, they give out energy drinks, they give out bags, fitness merch, t-shirts, and then the actual people will be competing while it's happening, right? So you get to see like fitness competitions. The big dudes are on stage. You know, you got what is it called when the dude only wears pants? There's like all those different levels. Like you were in bikini,
Yeah,
physique.
for males, I don't know so much.
I think it's called physique, but the guy still wears pants to cover his legs. But then
Yeah.
after that, it's bodybuilder, and that's when you wear, I guess, like the thong or
Uh-huh.
whatever, the speedo, and then you're showing the real quadzillas. You know,
Yeah.
you ever been to any fitness competitions, or like that's something on your long list of things to do?
So competing in there, of course not. I just started my bodybuilding competition this year. But last year I went to the Olympia in Orlando and it was freaking phenomenal. It was amazing.
Yo, literally, right? So you're kind of closer to where I am in South Florida, but yo, going up there, there is a lot of cool stuff in Orlando for competitions. But I guess coming towards like wrapping up all the things that we've been talking about, right? I want people to know where to find you and stuff, but also like maybe they'll be lucky and run into us out here. Are you going to go to Art Basel? Art Basel. Do you know about Art Basel? You ever heard of it?
No,
All right,
I
look,
don't know.
I'm gonna merge worlds for you here, right? So the fitness thing is amazing, but Art Basel is a cool thing that's happening here in Miami, right? Art Basel is like something every year where like celebrities and people will come out, and in Wynwood and South Beach, there's just a huge event of people bringing out art. Like it could be anything. The art could be anything. It's like people painting their bodies, or it'll be
Oh,
like
that's
glass.
when they put the banana on the wall and it was sold by
I think
is
that
that?
was actually there too. Yeah, it's like, yo,
Oh my
Maria. Literally, my homeboy, he was just telling me as a joke, bro, if you're going to Art Basel, bring duct tape and a fruit, you're gonna make $40 million. Yo, I bring duct tape, you bring protein. We're good, Maria.
oh my God. Well, I don't think that I'm going. I don't think that I'm going. Just because sometimes weekends are a little bit tough for me.
Fair enough. I know it's December 6th to December 8th, so I've been like inviting people to it. Like Icy from Fresh and Fit. I was just on a live stream with her and I told her, yo, make sure you go to Art Basel. She's like, yo, it's gonna be lit. Uh, I've been inviting a lot of people to it, but that is a good way to like network and of course promote your brand. Of course, like matchmaking is dating and that's art, but I'm gonna be out there talking about dating amongst in a world of artistic people, right? So of course it's good for fitness because people in that area they all want to improve on their fitness because they're living closer to a nightlife and fitness, these things don't go hand in hand usually, right? Like
Yeah.
I'll put it to you like this. When I have gone into like my fitness years, right, where I'm just like it's me and the bros at the gym all day, every day, and then
Hmm.
we go to a nightclub, we literally are like the biggest people there, and it's just the most fun feeling when you're living a fitness life, it is the most fun feeling. But a nightlife is like, you know, they're up all night and then they're sleeping all day and then they need to talk to you and be like, Maria, I don't even know what the nearest calorie is. I gotta count it. You know, if you want to hand out business cards or something like that, that's a good place to do it.
All right. This is good.
Yo, literally. So I'm gonna let the people off of our recording here and then I'm gonna talk to you. But yo, Maria, where can they find you? How do we like how do we get involved with you? Like if we wanted to improve our fitness in our life, how do we, get in contact with you? How do we get an evaluation from you? Like how can I get involved with you?
Yes, of course. So you can find me on my Instagram as Mandra Quintero, as my name in here. Is it here or here?
Mm-hmm.
Here or
Other
here?
one, that one, that one. This no,
Here?
no, no.
Oh,
Yeah,
here.
yes, there you
You
go.
can find me here. So that's my name on Instagram is Mandarin Tarot. Just send me a DM, or also I have a link on my Instagram bio that you can click and just fill out the information. I'll give you a call or send you a message and we can start talking to get you 2025 transformation.
Yo, that's what I'm talking about. We like out here in South Florida, like in Miami. I'm already being pressured to have that beach body, man. Like literally everyone out here is so in shape, so fit, so strong, so healthy. That's another thing that I'd like to talk to you about maybe another time is like things maybe we could do to improve our health regimen on the inside and outside with like there's like healthy things that you can eat and put on your skin that's a part of fitness too. So as we're talking about those things, there's so much more to explore from you. And then if someone does hit you up on Instagram, what is one of the first things that they can expect to hear from you that they're gonna like solve? Like what your structure?
I'm mostly like whenever you text me first message, I ask you about your goal and your deadline so I can have a better understanding of how hard we can work or how committed you are to your transformation. And after that, we just start a conversation as normal, and that's it.
Nice. So make sure you guys hit her up right now. Hit her inbox. Go click the link in her biography. Literally, that's her name right here. And how do we get the brand? Because I think that's one of the first things people are gonna want. Is that also in the links in the bio?
No, so this is like kind of my uniform.
Okay, your uniform, and then maybe if we're lucky, we're getting some brand merchandise soon from you.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't thought about it. It's like mostly like for videos and stuff. I use sometimes my own brand so you can see it and be like, what is that? You know? I don't
Something
know.
that we all want. Yo, Maria, I'm so glad, thankful for this like time to talk to you and stuff. So we're gonna hop off this. Of course, I'm gonna chat with you right now. But people, go follow her link in bio right now. If you're lucky, you're gonna get in the gym with her. You're gonna transform your life with a real freaking hero because she's gone through some dark things and changed them into light and touched other people in this world. And you could be one of those people right now. Chat with her, man. Deuces to you guys.
Bye.